Each has, we're in our 24th year, and we started in Hounslow, providing counselling for the Punjabi community with alcohol problems. And really we've held true to that ethos ever since, reaching hard-to-reach groups, issues that people really don't want to know much about. So we've grown. We now have 4 offices in West London, specialising in the BME community and addressing substance misuse, mental health, domestic violence. And in Hounslow, we manage 3 services from CAN Mezzanine. We have the floating support service, which I manage. We have a domestic violence, which is part of the Ascent project, which is a pan-London consortium of agencies addressing domestic violence in London. And we also manage what's known as the Number 10 project, which is a user-led service for mental health clients, and that is at the bottom of the High Street. It's open 365 days a year, and we provide facilities so that voluntary organisations have somewhere to deliver their services. So I think at the last count there were 14 voluntary organisations based there, and it also runs a drop-in. And Christmas isn't that far away, but so we were open all over Christmas. We don't close, so that people had somewhere to go. So that's the type of service that we run there. Well, I manage floating support, and we've had a floating support service in Hounslow for 12 years. And we've developed a very good reputation for it. And as a result, we've won 2 more contracts in the adjoining borough of Ealing. So in terms of floating support, we're now supporting 200 people. And obviously we discharge people because they can now able to take care of their own affairs. And we have new clients coming into the service. So really we're looking at something in the region of 280 clients a year that we are able to support with their practical issues, so that they can keep their homes, know how to manage their homes, and don't spiral along a path to homelessness, which, as I'm sure you're aware, has great dangers when people become homeless in terms of deterioration in mental health, physical well-being, domestic violence, offending, and of course safeguarding. People aren't safe when they become homeless. So I think in the last 12 months that's really quite some achievement. Well, I think our key challenges are the same as probably most voluntary sector organisations, and that's funding. There have been quite severe government cuts to the third sector. So at the moment we're engaged in a fundraising exercise because we're coming up to the end of the financial year, and planning is in place for the future financial years ahead. The structure, the thinking of it is changing. We are looking to form a consortia to make bids, and I have to say it's a very good plug for CAN Mezzanine, but we've met organisations that we didn't know of before simply by being here, and there are a number of organisations that we're already talking to about forming consortia and putting in some bids over the next month to 2 months, which we are hoping of course, will be successful. But really, we hope for a thriving third sector, which, as difficult it is to get funding, is that we can actually try and work together so that we can all deliver services. Well, I actually come through a recovery route myself, so I do know what it feels like to think and feel that you're in a situation that can never change. But I'm pleased to say that was a few years ago, and I have changed, and I'm here today. So what gets me up in the morning is the thought that I might be able to change someone's life. What I have learned is that we can do so much to change people's outside world, but for that to be sustainable, we have to help people to change on the inside, and then they can make the decisions that they need to make for themselves, to have choices, and to know how to exercise those choices so that they can thrive and have a better life. So that's what motivates me, and I would say that it's what probably, I hope, motivates everyone in this particular sector, that we do want to make a difference. And I think a lot of people who find themselves working in this sector have dealt with their own issues, and that thought sustains me, because I can always remember what it felt like for me. Well, I think I've sort of maybe partly sort of answered that already. It really is about ensuring that each, but also, the third sector does have a future, has a future both in Hounslow and in the boroughs that we work in. So it is to form those consortium and to make successful bids, so that we can continue to help the 280 people who need our help and support, so that we've been here for 24 years, and try and ensure that we're here for another 24 years. Thank you.
Yeah, really good.